This is your host, Mick. And today, for the next episode of Clone Calamity, we have the Pegasus from Caline, I don't know, audio. So the Pegasus they have actually two itinerations of their clone pedals. The other one is called the Medusa, where they said they made notable improvements to it besides the size being smaller, as this one is a bit of a fat boy. So anyways, there's not much to go over just because this is a basic 3-knob direct clone here. And if you're looking for the specific number, it is the CP-43, and it's usually around $36 depending on where you look. I personally got mine from Amazon. They lost the first one. They lost the second one. The third one, however, did show up. That's not a review on them. That is a review on Amazon, as it was shipped via Amazon. So it's directly called a Klone Centaur simulation. I believe it also said that on the box, with a great clear tone and overdrive effect, and its dynamic is excellent with tone, gain, and volume. Control knobs for you to achieve the charm of overdrive. Not the overdrive of just overdrive. Pegasus Overdrive is a clone of the old and trusted Centaur, but this is a fraction of the price. Yeah. In more compacted dimension. Also, yeah. No matter if you need clear tone and overdrive, both are very good. Which I'm like, yeah, I'm sure the Centaur is good. Not $7,600 good, but it's still probably good. And this is meant to be dynamic, is excellent, making every string full of power, and set the overdrive to produce a warm, clean tone. Crank up the gain, and you can gradually feed in the power of the overdrive. Let the power to achieve the charm of overdrive. I am reading that verbatim. So, one neat thing I will give it that this came with is, instead of a standard being able to attach a 9-volt on the inside, it came with this little fella here, which you just plug it to the back power and then just snap a 9-volt. So just imagine a 9-volt just kind of sitting there from the back here. Hey, I mean, hey, it's something. I guess that's really isolated power then if you have the 9-volt just laying right there. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, it's an option. Anyways, let's just go over the knobs as we usually do. We'll go ahead and get the tone all the way down because it is a 3-knob clone, and then just start with the gain down and volume at half. The tone I originally had was just more upbeat, and then you saw I made it more gritty just because I had the tone pretty cranked. So, one other thing that I always like checking is, let's see if we can make noise. Yep. And usually when I bring the tone down, surprisingly, I will give it this one. Usually when gain and volume are still up and then the tone or treble on some of the other ones is completely down, you might still hear the faintest noise, but let me walk over and check my waveforms on my monitors. I'm not seeing anything, so surprisingly this is slightly cleaner. Go figure. That's good on them. That's fine, listen. It's like a, what are those called? The ASMR videos where people just rub cotton balls on the microphone. Just. I wonder why that's right there. That's weird, because there's nothing. It's only when moving it, too. Oh well, I'm not going to think too much about that. That's quite something. That's funny. It's like turning it makes noise. Go figure. That's different. I'm not going to say that's good or bad. It's just kind of there. That's, like I said, that's kind of different. That's kind of funny. Let's find one more tone. I'll dial this in, play us a little song, then we'll go into the points. Just because, like I said, it's 3 knobs for these. The longer videos in this series, obviously, as you know, is when you give me a lot of features, I can actually talk a little bit longer, but if it's just 3 knobs, there's not really much I can do about that. So it's the most basic of evaluations just because it's the most basic of pedals. When I was playing there, as you can hear, there was a little bit of I don't know how to describe a little bit of tearing up or a little bit like that, where it's just going to be a little messy, I guess, for lack of better terminology, as it did break up when using a little bit more. So just to confirm that wasn't the synth. You can hear it's not like the super highest quality sample. This is on the microKORG too, but the only thing with that is that the little crunchiness at the top is just amplified when you have everything up. Just which one is in higher gain settings? It's just boosting everything. You can't discriminate if it's just a little bit more or a little bit less of crunchiness versus the actual tone that you want boosted. So I'm not going to really fault it that hard for that. Anyways, before we move on to the points, I'd like to mention that this channel is sponsored by DefCloud. You can go to the website there, defcloud.com. It is a small family-run business that carries many a brand of pedals and even the Korg guitar brand, which is really cool because there's not really many carriers of that brand in the United States, and those are good value quality guitars. They actually make guitars for other companies such as PRS and Schecter, if you were unaware. You can just go and search it up on YouTube. It's true. They ghost make guitars for other brands. That's just how it is. Anyways, the people at DefCloud are much smaller shops. They're much more responsive. They have very good sales, and they would appreciate your business as they are a small business. So go ahead and please give them your business. I do not get any money from that if you go and buy anything, as they just sponsor me. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, so just use whatever link, or you can even just Google them. I put the link in the description, and go give them your business as they would appreciate it. Support small businesses. Thank you for sponsoring me once again. Anyways, let's go into the points now. So it is a solid metal construction, sort of like more of an enamel instead of anything fuzzy or gritty. So it's nice and smooth. Good button here. Standard plastic. Came with feet. That was nice. I don't have to do anything. The only oddities, like I said, I'd never seen the little 9-volt battery connector. That was kind of funny. Just for that, I'll give it a 4.1 out of 5 instead of the standard 4 out of 5 for that type of construction. Because like I said, when it's just buck standard metal, plastic, and all that, unless it's like a miniature pedal or there's something weird with it, I don't have any problems with the construction. That's just standard 4 out of 5. But because they gave me that little 9-volt connector, that was unexpected. So it's 4.1 out of 5. For the tone itself, like I said, this one seemed, I would say, compared to some of the other really cheap ones out there in the $30 range, this one seems slightly cleaner. And that's just my opinion, by my ears, by my memory, as I don't have all the other ones in front of me recording all together, which we will see that eventually. But just by my ears and my memory, I'm going to put this as one of the cleaner ones, and it's one of the cheaper ones. So that is surprising. And I can appreciate that. Other than that, it is just a clone. It's 3 knobs. So, but because it was cleaner instead of the standard 3.5 out of 5, I'll give it a 3.7 out of 5. So altogether, let's go ahead and put that as a 3.985, 284, 13.5 out of 5. Yeah. So anyways, this has been your host, Nick. Go ahead and like the video if you like the video, or if you just like the series, or you like me in particular. Many people do. I'm so arrogant. But let's go and try and get more likes on this. If you know anyone that would appreciate the Klone series or sounds of clones or anything like that, just because I am reviewing a ton of clones leading up to a final video where I'm going to put all my clones in series to make the most clone sounding sound ever. We'll see what happens when you put over 40 clones in line and then turn them all on at once. Technically over 50 by the time we get there. I bet it'll sound like a clone. But the most clone. The best clone. Go ahead and share the video if you know anyone who would like this, as this is going to be an ongoing series that I am going to be dedicated to. Like I said, when I was restarting this, I plan to finish the series. It's just going to be a while because I'm only releasing 2 of these a week, as I need time to film, review, and edit. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not, to follow along with whatever this channel is. When I figure out what it is, I will let you all know, because I don't. And once again, this has been your host, Nick. Thanks for watching. Bye.